This is a short hike, hiking up Cadillac Mountain from Blackwood's campground in Acadia National Park using the South Rim Trail to the top of Cadillac Mountain. The round trip is a little over 8 miles, and as you can see from this graph, we're just hiking up the mountain until we get right here at the top, look around a little bit, and hike right back down the mountain. The total ascent is just a little over 1,500 feet. Here's the van at the campground at Acadia National Park in Loop B, and walking up to the top, you'll see a sign to the South Ridge Trail to the Cadillac Mountain. You need to get off the trail that just goes past the restrooms. And here's the sign marking the entrance to the South Rim Trail going to Cadillac Mountain. All along this trail there are blue marks that indicate the trail where you should walk. And this is the beginning of the trail right out of Cadillac Mountain. A little ways up you will see that we have a sign showing the Cadillac South Ridge Trail. And there are 2 loops in the park, A loop and B loop, and those signs point back to the entrances to them. On the trail, where you go through wet areas, there are log bridges. Eventually you come to Highway 3. This is a photograph looking down Highway 3. You have to cross Highway 3. There are a lot of people here going on the trail, and this is a sign just across Highway 3 taking you up the South Ridge Trail. And now we're walking along the trail right at the beginning. Cadillac is a lot of granite. While the trail is well marked, sometimes it gets very narrow. And look right here, these are tree roots and rocks. This is not a trail where you want to be wearing sandals, I don't think. You just never make it up this trail. You really need to watch your footing. Although I did see a woman on this trail with open-toed sandals. I don't know how she made it. Again, look at these tree roots are phenomenal down in the lower parts of the trail. I'm almost 76 years old, and they really can trip you up. The woodpecker had been active on this tree. Look at all those woodpecker holes. The trail is, as I said, very well marked, and these are the signs about 2.5 miles before you would reach the top of the Cadillac Mountain. There are some other trail signs leading off to other trails. But if you pay attention, you will not get lost on the South Ridge Trail. And here's another sign. We are about 1.9 miles from the Blackwoods campground. But again, the arrows are pointing in the direction you need to go to get to those places. Lovely, lovely views just beyond. Here I'm looking back towards the campground. Often, instead of blue blazes, you will see Karens marking a path along this trail. In Acadia, oftentimes the form of these
Let's find a
cairns are
shadier
called
spot.
Bates cairns. There are many times or many places where you can stop and have a little bit of fun. Here I'm pushing across these two big rocks apart. Again, looking back, just fantastic, beautiful views. But that's the trail back there. This is looking off to the northwest.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good, how you doing?
All right.
You'll pass a lovely little marsh area. I'm told that there are even frogs that live there. And here are the signs. We are 3 miles from the Blackwoods campground. And let me see, 1.2 miles from the top of the Cadillac Mountain. Again, they're marking side trails. Shortly we hit mostly this kind of pinkish, greenish granite. The trail here still has some blazes, but it's mostly marked by these cairns. If you think you're lost, just pause, look around. You should see another cairn in the distance. You can walk from cairn to cairn, and there are signs that are posted that tell people not to build them themselves. They will just misguide hikers. There you can see one of the blue blazes coming up on the trail, just down there in the bottom middle. So blazes and cairns. And up we go. There's the blue blaze in the lower left. Oop, just off the screen now. There it is. Walking the trail. Another blaze you can see now on the right side, now mostly in the center. And there's a cairn. So you can see that the trail is well marked, and you need to stay on it, stop erosion. The view, fantastic. That's looking back down from where I came. And now we're just a half a mile from the summit. But this sign marks the Cadillac West Face Trail, and I'm going to walk around here and show you the caution sign. My wife and I made a mistake several years back, and we took this down. It really is a technically difficult little trail. And they didn't have the caution signs there years ago. Now they do. Very close to the summit, there's a place where you actually need to use one of these little climbs where you have to grab a hold of and climb using that metal step that's stuck into the granite. And then you immediately, or fairly quickly, go back downhill and then climb again. you're very near the end, and so this is kind of, for me, it was kind of strenuous right in here. And the highway is very close. I was tempted just to walk over and somehow break through and get on the road and walk up instead of walking on these rocks. Again, blue blaze, but you're staying on the rock. You're going to hear me breathing in the background. You do have to watch your footing. And this is one of the last big step ups. I was glad for that little tree right there to grab a hold of. But you step up and it's not very many steps until you get on this nice gravel pathway that will take you right to the gift shop, and you're at the top of Cadillac Mountain. There'll be all kinds of people up here. So we're coming up the little gravel pathway, and then we will turn to our left. Water's scarce along here. You need to take water along with you. And I took one large bottle and had run out by the time I got to the top. I expected to do that. There is water available right at this gift shop, and I'm going to walk right to the water fountain where I can refill my bottle. Again, there are restrooms at the gift shop, of course, gifts, and this green fountain right here where I'll stop and fill up my water bottle and drink an entire bottle, rehydrating myself. And now I'm out on the parking lot part of the Cadillac Mountain. There are just tons of people here. Even though it's now controlled to how many cars can come up, you need a permit to drive your own car up here. But take your time, walk around. You can look down at Bar Harbor on one side. The views all around are amazing. I've been told that sunrise here is just beautiful. Thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you enjoy this hike sometime.